The Mystery of the Mustard Tea. In the small, quiet town of Chandramani, life moved at the pace of an unhurried buffalo. At the corner of Market Road and Temple Street, Gopi ran his small chai stall. He was an artist of tea, making each cup with the patience of a saint and a generous measure of ginger. Gopi knew the preference of every rickshaw puller and every bank manager who visited him. One busy afternoon, a young man, Pavan, who was visiting from the city, ordered a special, strong chai. Gopi's mind was elsewhere, counting the change, when his hand reached for the spice jar. In his distraction, he mistook the jar of bright yellow mustard seeds, rye, for the small green pods of cardamom, elaichi. A generous pinch of mustard seeds went into the bubbling milky water. Pavan took a sip, and his eyes widened. He quickly suppressed a cough, realizing the tea was not strong, but simply wrong. Before Gopi could notice Pavan's peculiar expression, the young man pulled out his telephone. He snapped a quick picture of the strange, slightly yellow-tinged tea and posted it online with the caption, "Chandramani's Spicy Secret, the Mustard Masala Chai. You have to try this." The next morning, Gopi found a queue that stretched past the vegetable vendor and halfway to the barber shop. The people in line did not look like the familiar faces of Chandramani. They were dressed in bright jackets, wore large sunglasses, and all held their phones. Gopi rubbed his eyes, thinking the early morning sun must be playing tricks on him. The first person in the queue, a serious-looking tourist with a large backpack, stepped forward. "One mustard masala chai, please," he announced. "I flew 10 hours just to taste this viral phenomenon." Gopi's jaw dropped. He served the man a normal ginger chai, confused, and the tourist sipped it slowly, nodding gravely. Ah, the subtle, hidden tang. Truly a masterpiece. Pavan, the young man, arrived later that afternoon to see the chaos he had caused. He approached the exhausted Gopi and explained the modern miracle of the viral post. "They think the mustard tea is a secret recipe, Gopi uncle. You are famous." Gopi shook his head. "Fame for a mistake? Chandramani is upside down," he muttered, while the local townsfolk chuckled amongst themselves. Gopi was a simple man, but he was not foolish. He decided to embrace his accidental destiny. He found his mustard seeds jar and, for the first time, intentionally added a tiny, harmless pinch of rye to a special batch of tea. He put up a sign, "Gopi's Authentic Mustard Masala Chai." The queues got longer. Now Gopi was a star. Tourists constantly asked for selfies. He bought a slightly fancier chai kettle and wore a cleaner white dhoti. He was rich, but the gentle rhythm of his day was gone, replaced by the relentless click of cameras and the constant demand for the spicy secret. When the sun finally set and the last tourist's bus had departed, Gopi would clean his stall in silence. He would boil a tiny pot of water just for himself, adding only his old faithful ginger and a splash of milk. He sat on his stool and sipped the normal tea slowly, the quiet of Chandramani settling over him like a comforting blanket. He felt famous, but also slightly lost. The next morning, Gopi had a simple, wonderful idea, a solution fit for Chandramani. He made a small, handwritten sign and taped it beside his famous menu. It read, "Mustard Masala Chai, 50 rupees. Gopi's Original Ginger Chai for Chandramani locals, free." The local rickshaw pullers smiled. They lined up for the free, normal tea, and the tourists happily paid for the viral one. Gopi was a famous, wealthy man who still managed to serve his community, and the gentle rhythm of Chandramani was finally restored.